Good morning, students. Now this is a fifth lecture, and we are going to start from this lecture our unit 2. Okay, the very first topic from unit 2 we are going to take. I am going to take, that is consumer market. Means in this market policies and pricing policies. We are going to cover these both topics in this unit, and the first topic is the consumer market. Today we are going to learn what is consumer market and what is industrial market. Now let us start. Consumer market. Consumer market is the market for the products and services purchased by individual for their own or for family use. When somebody wants to purchase for their own consumptions any goods or services, when they hire their services for their own, and when they purchase the goods and products for their personal use, for their individual use, or for anyone from their family, then such kind of purchase comes under the consumer market. Okay, this market is also known as B2C, that is business to customer. Okay, that means when the business want to sell their products or any goods, okay, to the consumers. Okay, one thing I want to clear is there is a difference between the customer and the consumer. Okay, who are the customer and who are the consumer? You must know that these things. The customer is one who purchases the product, okay, but not for their personal use or for their individual use. Okay, so and what is the meaning of consumer? Consumer purchase the good for their personal use or for their family use. Okay, so here that's why it is known as consumer market. So don't be confusing customer and consumer. Consumer who consumes the goods, okay, and services, and hire the services for their personal use. So this is consumer market, and it is also known as B2C. Then goods and product services can be used for personal use and share with others. He can share with others, but the main motto is for the personal consumptions. Means he can't, the one who cannot purchase the product to resell it. Okay, so when we purchase the product for personal use, then that type of transactions, or that type of, we can say, that type of market is known as consumer market. Okay, now let us categorize some goods and products in this consumer market. The first is fast moving consumer goods. Okay, the fast moving consumer goods which can be purchased in high volumes, but the low unit value. Means that products have the minimum price per unit value is very low, but we can purchase in the high volume. High volume means in a huge quantity. Okay, like we can say that battery atoms, or we can take the example of newspaper. Okay, then the next type of goods is consumer durable, which can be purchased in low volume, but it has a high unit value. See, this kind of goods, I want to give you an example of this kind of goods. That is, you can take microwave, washing machine, dishwasher. Okay, at a time you can purchase only one unit, but the price of per unit is very high. Okay, so this kind of goods comes under consumer durable goods. Then the third is soft goods. Soft goods means what? Which can the consumer purchase for their own wearing. Okay, we can say that the goods like clothes, okay, the goods like shoes for their personal consumptions. Okay, so such kind of goods comes under soft goods. Okay, and services. Services, when the consumer hire the services, purchase the services for their personal use, for example, hair cutting, dentist. Okay, so these all child care. So these services, when the consumer takes all these services for their personal use, then it comes under consumer market. Now we will discuss some features and some characteristics of consumer market. The first is market focus. Okay, these market focus on individuals' needs and wants. Okay, household, basically household products, or we can say kitchen utensil, and whatever household things means whatever the things you want to survive in your daily basis, means every day you needs bread, every day you needs vegetables, every day you needs some we can say that food, ready meals products. So these products comes under consumer markets. Okay, so market focuses on particular household things, okay, which are used by individuals to satisfy their needs and wants. Then consumption purpose, the purpose, the main purpose to purchase the goods from the consumer market is to satisfy their needs and wants on the daily basis. Okay, so the main purpose of this consumer market, of the consumer in this consumer market is to satisfy their needs and wants. Okay, the next is branding. Branding is the main feature of this consumer market. See, when individual buy for their personal use, what they prefer, they always try to choose the better, means the best quality product. Okay, we can say that the best quality product. What he will do, he will go through all brands, means whatever the brands available in the market. Okay, so he go through all brands and he will choose the best one for their own. Okay, but in case of if you want to purchase the product for resale or to give somebody, that time you will not यानी उस समय आप क्या करोगे, आप ब्रांड के बारे में ज़्यादा सोचोगे नहीं. यू कैन जस्ट टेक whatever affordable to you and you just purchase it. But when you purchase for your own, you always make clear that you will clear that ki whether that goods and products is nice for you or not, it is good for you or not, and the best brand product you will purchase. Okay, so we in consumer market, branding is the main essential part. Then promotion. So for promotion we use different kinds of tools. Okay, for example, we can say that buy one get one free, है ना. So to attract more and more consumer for your product, now the companies launches the various promotion methods through advertisement, buy one get one free, 20% more extra food or 20% extra material in a same pack, or they can give the discount, or they can give the gift packets on the particular product. So in this way we focuses on more promotion tools in consumer markets. Okay, then next is demands. The demands is elastic and affected by the price. Actually, in consumer market, the demand of the product is very elastic, means it is affected by the price. If the product of the price is high, then the demands might be low. Okay, but if the price of the product is low, then might be the demand high. Okay, so it affected by the price. As if अगर कोई प्रोडक्ट बाज़ार में एक ही जैसा है और अगर उनमें प्राइस में बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंसेस है, तो फिर उसका इफ़ेक्ट आपके प्रोडक्ट के सेलिंग्स पर पक्का पड़ेगा ही. सो यहाँ पे डिमांड मोर इलास्टिक्स होती है. सो आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड द होल कंज्यूमर मार्केट्स. ओके, द मीनिंग ऑफ कंज्यूमर मार्केट, देन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ गुड्स आर वी take in consumer markets. Okay, and the next is the main features of your consumer market. Now the next is industrial market. What do you mean by industrial market? So industrial market is for goods and services from one business to another. When one business sell their products to another business, then it is known as industrial market. Means the selling and purchasing will happen between the between the two businesses. That's why it is also known as B2B. Okay, business to business. That means one business sell their products to another business. Okay, so these goods are not aimed directly at consumers. Means this kind of goods are not purchased by the consumers who are directly purchase and use for their own. Okay, so the goods which comes under the industrial market, it can be categorized into the selling finished goods. Okay, finished goods means if the company want to sell some their products to the another business, for example we can say that finished goods means under finished goods, we can take an example of furniture, computers, laptops. All these goods can be purchased. One business can purchase for their business from the industries. Okay, so this kind of goods comes under the industrial market. Then the second is selling of raw materials. Okay, when one business want to prepare their product, to produce their products. Okay, so many things they needs to produce the product. So to produce the product they may need some raw materials like steel, coal, gas, timbers and all that. So that all these things, when one business purchase some raw materials from another business, then this kind of goods comes under industrial market. Okay, then the next is selling services to business. Okay, when some company hires some services from another business, for example if some organization want to do the auditing of their accounts, then what that company has to do, that company will hire some services from the CA department. Okay, from the CA. So any account section, any account industries which is authorized for the auditing of a particular accounts, that kind of agencies are hired by the huge business who want to audit their accounts. Okay, suppose we can say, I can give you another example. If you want to take the services for the security purpose, okay, if you want to hire some securities for your business, for your organization, so what you have to do, you have to contact with the security agencies and hire some securities for your business. So in such kind of transactions, or if in such kind of service purchases comes under the industrial market. Okay, now let us discuss some characteristics or features of industrial market. Few but large market. See, here the consumers are very few. Okay, but the market is very large, because whatever the goods or services purchased by the one business from the another business, so it will be in huge quantity. Okay, so we can say that the consumers are very less, but the transactions are huge. Okay, but the market is very large. Once suppose if I am having any business of computers, and if I want to, I am producing a computers in my industries, and if I want to sell my computers, so what I have to do, I have to contact with another business. Okay, or we can say that the business who wants the computers for their businesses, they can contact with me and purchase the computers from me, but he cannot purchase one or two. Okay, so he can be purchased, so he will be purchased in huge quantity. Okay, so the customers are very few, but the market is very large. Next is the close relationship. Once the relation is built in this industrial market, then it can very easy to contact with the industry. See, when there is, अगर आपको बहुत बड़ा कोई चीज़ बहुत बड़े वॉल्यूम में लेना है, या फिर हम ये कह सकते हैं कि हमें अपने बिजनेस के लिए कुछ रॉ मटेरियल्स परचेस करना है, तो क्या होगा, सो एक बार जो किसी इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ रिलेशन बन जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, here I would like to tell you one example. If I have my rice mill, okay, in which I am going to prepare a poha, and to prepare a poha, what we need some particular type of rice. Okay, so once I contact with the farmer or any agency which is going to supply me that type of rice for my business, for my rice mill. So once I contact with him or with them, what it is not needed to search every time कि from किससे मैं हर बार अपना रॉ मटेरियल लूँ. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, एक बार मेरे कांटेक्ट उनसे बन गए तो हर बार मैं रॉ मटेरियल के लिए सबसे पहले उन्हें ही फ़ोन करूँगी. ठीक है, यानी उन्हें ही कांटेक्ट करूँगी. सो close relationship is here. Now it is very close relationship between customers and seller. Then complex buying process. See, in industrial markets, as I told you that whatever you purchase, that is in a high volume. That means in huge quantity. High volumes means huge quantity. Okay. So when any business or any industries or any organization want to buy some products in a huge quantity, they has to follow some rules. They has to prepare some documents, some quotation. They invite some quotation, and when they invite the quotations, when once they receive the quotation, what they has to do? They have to take the permission from their authorities. Okay, so for this process, it will take some times. Okay, and it might be sometimes we will wait for somebody, some authority, that he will come and take a decision, and he will order the seller or order that particular agent to buy that product for them. Okay, so these are some complex procedure which in industrial market which the purchaser wants to follow, needs to follow. Okay, then next is continuous sale calls. As I told you, कि once the relationship is built in industrial market, then we contact continuously with them for their raw material. I had given you the example of rice mill. Okay, so expertise selling skills. Now expertise selling skill is required in industrial market, as in consumer market we do not need any expert skills for buying any product, but in industrial market we need some expert skills. See, what the purchase department do in business, I want to tell you one example, that if you want to buy some medicine for the medical organization, okay, so अगर आपको किसी मेडिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए मेडिसिन या जो भी उस हॉस्पिटल के लिए जो भी लगता है वो आपको परचेस करना है, तो व्हाट द परचेस डिपार्टमेंट हैज़ टू डू फर्स्ट. ओके, तो यहाँ पे वो क्या करेगा, वो सभी जैसे हमें पता है कि वो एक ही टाइप का प्रोडक्ट बहुत सारी कंपनीज के अवेलेबल है मार्केट में, तो वो पहले सर्वे करेगा, सर्च करेगा, फिर उनसे कोटेशन इनवाइट करेगा, और फिर इनवाइट जो कोटेशंस होते हैं उन कोटेशन में जो सबसे अच्छा होगा, जो कम रेट में होगा, जो अच्छी क्वालिटी का होगा, उसको सिलेक्ट करेगा, एंड देन ही विल गो and he will give the order to that particular company for purchase, for their purchase. Okay, so all this, to perform all this activity, the expert skill is required. Okay, unless and until you will यानी जब तक अगर आपके पास अच्छी स्किल नहीं है to analysis, to survey the market, and to you cannot select the best product for your organization. Then next is inelastic demands. So as I told you कि here in consumer market the demand is elastic, but in industrial market the demand is inelastic. Means it cannot, the price, the demand cannot be affected on price of the product. See, if one business is there, the business is of shoemaker, okay, and they need shoe and bag and all that things, one business have such kind of production. Okay, then that business wants to purchase a leather for their products from the market. Okay, आप उनके जो जितने भी प्रोडक्ट्स है उनका बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड है मार्केट में. सो अगर इन केस if the leather, in the leather market, the price of the leather is increases, then it cannot affect on for that particular demand. Why? Because here the consumer demand is high for such kind of product. अगर वहाँ consumer उस product के लिए demand अगर high है और यहाँ leather का भी cost अगर बढ़ रहा है, तो उस leather का जो demand ये business कर रहा है इस पे कोई effect नहीं होगा. Why? Because यहाँ पे कंज्यूमर मार्केट में इसकी बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड है. ओके, सो इट विल नॉट इफेक्ट ऑन द डिमांड of leather. Okay, the price will not affect on the demand of the leather. So in this way we can say that inelastic demand. Then less promotional efforts. Here we have to take very less efforts to promote your product. That means there is no need to use the various promotional tools like buy one get one free and all that, and we are not focusing on packing, and we are not focusing on advertisement. Okay, so in industrial market the promotional efforts are very less. So in this way we learn that consumer market and industrial market. So in our next lecture, I will explain you the difference between the consumer market and the industrial market. Thank you.